I started from literally nothing, the ground up, you know what I mean? Early on, I listened to a lot of bands, and then I felt like I was definitely obsessed with like Green Day and like Bring Me the Horizon and My Chemical Romance. That was like my earliest memory, and I feel like later on I started to become obsessed with like electronic music through like deadmau5 and stuff like that, and it just kept evolving at that point. There's like a picture of me like at a festival wearing a Skrillex perler around my neck, so I was like totally involved in the same way that all my fans are today. I think it definitely has benefited my career because it makes my fans understand that I am just literally a human the way that they are as well. Or am I? I'm actually an alien. I feel like they definitely connect with me more. I mean, I respond to almost all of their tweets. That's my main thing where I respond to them. And it makes them feel definitely connected to me and as if they know me for real, like as a person, because me on Twitter is pretty much me as a person. They started calling me a magician. They started calling me like, there's like a bunch of things they were calling me relative to magic and like being a magician and like a wizard and stuff like that. And literally that alone inspired my entire album, which is Certain Kind of Magic. I never played any instruments other than dabbling with like a bunch, but I remember the first time I ever had this experience realizing that I may have some sort of ability with music was as a simple experience of being in elementary school and playing this game with drumsticks where like you're in a circle with a bunch of people and then one person does like a drum pattern and then you copy that drum pattern and it goes all the way around the circle. And I realized that for me it was so easy to follow the pattern. Like if somebody did like a like it was so easy for me to be like it was so easy for me to like imitate that and like do my own drum patterns and do my own like things. And then at first when I started making music, I actually didn't even understand or know how to write melodies, and that literally just came with time. I never actually learned theory or anything. I just started to hear, like over the years, what notes were right and wrong, you know what I mean? And like I definitely wrote some melodies early on that like really sounded bad, and some people told me, this one guy told me like, that one note sounds bad, and like I started hearing that and I was like, oh wait, he's like right. Like over time I started to learn myself, like through like trial and error, you know? I was always into electronic music starting early back in like even before high school, and then in high school I became obsessed with it, and then I went to a few random events with a few friends, and I was going to a bunch of festivals and working at a restaurant and saving my money at the time to like A, to save it, but B, to go to festivals. And I feel like after going to Hard Day of the Dead is when I like started getting more involved, and then bunch of blogs started picking me up and stuff, like EDM.com and stuff, and they started supporting me on blogs, and that was like the first way that I was like getting into the music industry, I guess, or starting to get like any sort of buzz, and then it kind of just starts to escalate as time goes on. I remember it said Skrillex followed you on Twitter. This was like almost like 3.5 years ago. I remember this now. He like followed me. I was like, holy shit, like this is so insane. And like a couple minutes later, he like DM'd me saying, keep me in the loop with your unreleased music, something like that. And I was like freaking out, like showing my mom, my sister, like called my sister. It was just so insane, like especially at that time when like no one had really known who I was. So from like nobody knew who I was, like Skrillex DM'd me that, I was like, clearly I'm doing something like all right, you know what I mean? So it was just like, I was like, wow, that's really crazy. And it was awesome. So tonight we're going to Magic Castle for a album listening party, and I have never been to Magic Castle. It's gonna be awesome. I'm here in LA at the Magic Castle for my album release party, and shout out to Tidal for making this happen.